We're just excited to be playing a football game. It's been a long time. You think about the last game being RPI and an exciting bowl game in 2019, and a lot of practicing and meetings and Microsoft Teams meetings, but we're just excited to get the chance now to play a football game. Yeah, the offensive line starts with Luke Sherrod. He's a returning starter. He'll be at guard. We moved him from tackle to guard, so that's a familiar face. And then around him, we lost a lot of guys, but one of the things we've done in recruiting, we felt, is have guys who are ready to pick up where those seniors who graduate have left off. So Vinny LaPre at center, he'll be taking over those duties with the graduation of Jeff Matthews, and Mike Kuchke at the other tackle position from Seton LaSalle High School. He had a great freshman year in camp. He'll be at tackle, and then freshman Nate Brady at guard, and then junior Jared Kraut. He has had an unbelievable offseason, and really excited about those five guys and what they're going to give us up front. Yeah, with receivers, we returned two of the top three receivers in the conference from 2019, certainly, and Cody Gustafson and Cameron Drake. Both of them have been playing since their freshman year, so those two back, and then around them, a number of freshmen. We have Max Muncy, Nick Gustafson, Scott Frazier, Ryan Heckathorn, a lot of tall, very athletic receivers that we'll see in there around Cody and Cam, so a pretty deep receiving core where we have it right now. Yeah, so Josh East, a quarterback. I mean, since his first start in 2018, after that, he's been 16-2 as a starting quarterback. So you're having a winner at Q who's made a lot of big plays in fourth quarter moments. And in 2019, he actually led the country in pass yards per completion. So, having the trigger man now as a 3-year starter is very important to us in the backfield. And then alongside with him, in the backfield, Zach Trusky and Clayton Parrish, two running backs that, with the graduation of Wesley Scholes, Zach has seen a lot of action in games behind Wes, and then Clayton as well. We saw him as a freshman, so we have quite the 1-2 punch at running back. And then to really just close off or the offense there would be at the fullback position. Jacob Scheel and Tyler Beal have graduated, but Robert Tamburino and Mason Muir, two of those fullback H-back guys that we're excited to fill the role of Jacob and Tyler, and they've done a great job throughout camp. Yeah, so I think good. I mentioned our captains this year are Cody Gustafson and Cameron Drake at receiver and back. They're both receivers. There are two offensive captains. Then defensively, Patrick Mark and then R.J. Debo on the defensive line. So I'll start with R.J. there on the D line. I felt in 2019 he proved to be one of the best defensive linemen I felt in this conference. So having him back, at the DN position is very important. And then James Perrin, he played along with Colton Young at the nose guard, and with Colton graduating, we're excited for James to now take on more of a significant load at our nose position. And Brent Engelman and Zach Long have moved from linebacker down to DN, so both of them you can expect to see. And then Scott Hastings is a returner defensive lineman, so quite a few guys that we expect to be in the mix in our defensive line. So starting inside, Parker Kilgore, 3-year starter now at linebacker. He was one of our main middle backers as a freshman, and now as a junior, you'll see him back. And alongside with him, Curtis Fryermuth, who as a freshman in 2019 ended up starting and making significant plays, some key interceptions and big moments in big games. So those two are back. And then Ryan Fleming was more of a pass rush specialist as a freshman, and really now has evolved to complete his game. So he will be at the linebacker position. And then on the outside, Nick Grabiak, another returning starter, has made big plays in big games as well. So a lot of experience and veterans in our linebacking core. Yeah, so it starts with Patrick Mark, a captain for us, who's been a 4-year starter and just has had such an impact on what we do defensively because of what he's done over his 4 years. Has just been a leader of that defense for a long time. So it starts with him, and then the other safety position, Isaac Perrin, a transfer that has had a great camp and has fit in well to our system. And on the outside, Dan Melville is a returning starter at corner. Two other guys who have transitioned from receiver to DB over the last couple of years. Jared Hurd at safety. He started some games at slot receiver for us early in his career. He's at safety. And then Brandon Caffrey, who as a freshman and sophomore started in the slot for us, is now playing at corner. So those are two guys, familiar faces in different places. And then finally Gabe Dunlap, a freshman corner as well that we expect to utilize. So 6 guys in the secondary for those 4 spots. So starting in the kicking game, Nick Morrow, now as a junior, has been a 3-year starter, started since his freshman year. He'll do our place kicking and field goals and PAT attempts. Caleb Brake at punter, again a returning starter, and Jared Custer as well. So 2 guys at punter, and Jared Custer will also be doing the holding for us. And as far as kickoffs, that could be, we used a couple of different guys there, but Ed Bianco is another guy. So between Nick, Ed, Caleb Brake, Jared Custer, a lot of experience at kicker and punter. And CJ Otwell, a returning starter for us as well, doing the long snapping, both punt and extra point field goal. And then in the return game, Gabe Dunlap, the freshman corner I mentioned, very excited for him to kind of fulfill the role that Jacob Ross did for us as a corner in the return game, along with Zach Trusky. So a lot of experience, and then obviously with Gabe, a young guy involved in our specialists and return game. Yeah, so we have an overall key and then a key for each unit. And I would say overall, it's the phrase we've built this program on: focus on your vision, not your circumstances. It's new for us playing games in March and April. The circumstance is different, but the vision has not and will not ever change. So, for us, number one as a program, each week, continue to focus on the vision, not the circumstance. I would say offensively, what we've been able to do well over the last several years is sustain drives. And we score and convert. So I think sustaining drives, we've been one of the best teams in things like third down conversion and red zone. So sustain drives offensively. Defensively, limit offensive production. We've been able to eliminate the explosive play defensively in a lot of games, being able to force teams to try to move the ball in different ways than what they typically like to do. So to continue to limit offensive production and then make impact plays defensively when the opportunity presents itself, key interceptions and key moments in this run we've had. So, as an overall theme, just limiting that offensive production with, how we deal with explosive plays and limiting those and making our own explosive plays. And then in special teams, very similar. Being able to make impact plays when the opportunity presents itself, whether it's a big field goal in a moment or a key tackle on kickoff or a return to get us that first down. So, when I look as a team, it's focused on your vision, not your circumstance, and then sustaining drives offensively, limiting offensive production defensively, and making impact plays in special teams. I think if we do those things, we're going to have a chance to have a lot of excitement and success here in the spring of 2021.